Right, evening all. No, there's no one watching at the moment, but never mind. I'll do a quick coffee one. While I'm drinking my coffee, see what's happening. Nothing happening here at the moment. I say nothing's been happening, but there has been a few strange occurrences over here, which is weird. Every time I go to bed, I keep hearing like little knocking noises, kind of thing. The other night, hello Angela, the other night, I can't remember what time it was. Because sometimes I go to bed, like early, around about 10, 12 o'clock. Sometimes I don't go to bed till like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, kind of thing. Now, I can't remember what day it was. I know it's about 2, 3 days ago. I'm not bullshitting you here. I was laying there and I was just about falling asleep. I thought I heard like someone say something like 3 words. And it sounded like a female, and it sounded like over in the corner of this room. And I thought it was like someone outside at first. But, it was late in the morning. I think it was about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I kind of like thought, maybe someone outside. No, I got my head down. And I just about dozing off, and I heard the same voice saying the same 3 words. What the words were, I don't know. So I thought, am I hearing this, or am I just imagining it? Am I dreaming this kind of thing? So I kind of ignored it again, and I was just dozing off. It done it again. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, where's my camcorder? Where's my camcorder? Maybe I should video it, try to capture it. And I'm trying to think where the bloody camcorder is, and I heard it again 4 times in a row. And it's the 3 same words. So it can't have been someone outside saying the same 3 words outside, no way. Someone outside are going to be doing 3 different words or 4 different words, 5 different words. It's the same words 3 times. And I couldn't understand what they were saying. But the words sounded exactly the same, like that kind of thing. I'm thinking, what the fuck? And time I did find the camcorder, it stopped. Completely stopped. Now, also, I've been hearing like tapping in here as well. Now, normally when I go to bed, right, I know this is going to sound a bit stupid and strange here, but I set rules for any spirits that are in here, right? I set a ground rule. When I go to bed, I don't know noise. I don't know tapping, banging, knocking. I don't want any kind of feeling on the bed. I don't want cold spots around me. I don't know voices, nothing like that, yeah? That's the ground rules. And when I go to bed, I used to say, right, night spirits, love you if anyone's around, you know the rules. Good night. Don't forget the rules. Good night. Catch you later. And that's what I always say. That's what I say. Here comes the trolls again. Why can't you just bugger off and leave people alone? I hate trolls. I'm not going to address you. I'm not going to moan and bitch to you. I'm just going to do one simple thing in a minute. And that is to remove you. So goodbye. Have I asked for any money tonight? I don't think so. Will I ask for any money? Tell me what time I asked for any money over the last 6 months. Now, I know I've said that I need a new computer, but I didn't ask any money for the computer because I knew I was going to get some money for my Christmas and birthday. And I've actually got the money for the computer, nearly all of it. But I've managed to fix this one, so I don't need a new computer. Now, the chair I had, the new chair I bought, was too kind of like flimsy for me. Every time I sat back on it, it felt like, well, I did actually flip back on it and knock my head on the table a couple of times, kind of thing, or on the Chinese box behind me. That was a crack chair. Cost £35 that chair. Thought it's going to be, you know, a decent enough chair, but no, the cat's got it now. I actually saved enough money to buy myself a new chair, a gaming office chair, which I've already showed. This one. I didn't ask for any money for it. I didn't scam and beg and grovel for the money for it. I had to save for it. So where have I been scamming people over the last 6 months, even a year? You know, yeah, the computer that I've got problems with was actually bought for me from a viewer. They gave me not all the money, but a big proportion of money for that computer. And you know, technology nowadays doesn't last forever. Now, they always bring that new technology. I think with technology, they put certain parts in there that they know are only going to last like a year or two. That's why you only get a warranty on, like, you know, electronics for a year, maybe 2 years or 3 years. But when you buy a computer, you don't know how long it's going to last. And that one's been going for 2 years. So I've been lucky with that one. And, you know, I kept getting blue screens of death on it, but I found out it was the hard drive that caused it. So if I hadn't had a spare hard drive and changed the hard drive over, I wouldn't have been using that computer. I would have had to buy a new one. But, you know, you learn by, you know, Googling and YouTube searching and stuff like that, find out what the issues are. And there are plenty of people out there with the know-all, the brains, the information that tells you what causes the problems. And that's how I found out it's my hard drive. So, yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, the person who sent out my home address details on there, I did report you to the police, and they are looking into it. So that's all I've got to say about that. Hello, Ian. The phone number, I'm not worried about the phone number because that phone's always turned off. I'm not going to keep changing my phone number. I've had that phone number for years, and I only turn it on when I need to turn it on. No, if my son or my daughter's going to ring me, then I'll turn it on. Any incoming numbers, scam numbers, troll numbers, hater phone numbers, you know, that come on and use Meridian phone numbers, they get blocked. They get blocked straight away. No, it doesn't matter how many phone numbers you may have to ring me. If I don't know you, I'll block them. I've blocked people who I don't even talk to anymore. You know, even on Facebook, where you get hundreds of like requests. You know, this is what I'm going to talk about tonight, is like Facebook and requests of being friends and stuff like that. Why do people on Facebook request you as a friend and are not even talking to you? It's pointless asking you to be a friend if they're not going to talk to you. It's just totally ridiculous. It's time wasting. It's wasting their time in actually looking for you and sending the request. Then it's my time being wasted in checking the messages and thinking, well, is it worth friending them or not? I've probably got over 2,000 plus friends on Facebook. How many talk to me? How many people talk to me? Practically zero. Christmas time, birthday time. Hey, Steve, happy birthday. You know, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Yeah, I'll get that. But for the rest of the year, nothing. And I don't expect nothing. But, you know, I've put up about 4 videos on my Facebook. Please, no more friends requests. I do not want no more friends requests because no one talks to me. And I don't have time to talk to people sometimes because of health issues or computer issues, or I'm busy doing something else. And they still keep sending me friends requests. I've had about 20 friends requests within a week. Have I accepted any? No. I'm not going to. You know, it's let's say I'm going to make up a name, right? Steve Hogan. Let's say I've got Steve Hogan as a friend here. And because I've got like 2,000 friends on my listing, Steve Hogan may have like 500 on these one or 5,000 or whatever. Someone might have signed up or asked him to be a friend, and they've gone through their list, seen how many people he's got on there. Like Steve Hogan could have another person on there, Wendy Butterfield or something, you know, and she might have like 10,000 friends on there, yeah? They do that so they can try to get them to be their friends as well, or they're not even talking to them, just to share information out. It's just like YouTube in one way. You know, you put your channel up and you share your channel out, and hopefully other people who subscribe to you will share that information, your video content, yeah? Well, that's what they do on Facebook. It's all the same kind of social media all crap, you know. They hope that, you know, Hogan's friends will post out your stuff, and if Hogan's like accept you, then maybe Butterfield's friends will post out Hogan stuff, and same with me. You know, if I'm putting a video out, maybe they might kind of like share my content out, and when they put their content out, they hope that I might share their content out. I don't bother with it. I don't bother anymore. And yeah, it's freezing cold in here again. Oh dear, it's so cold in here today. It's been cold in here for the last couple of weeks. You know, I've tried to apply for that cold weather heating scheme thing. Help for the, you know, electric. I've tried my electric company 4 times. I've gone through their website and applied 4 times. Not one reply. I've gone to the government website and it says, requesting your area 0. And all you got to do is put your first part of your postcode. Like if it's like BT2 or something, yeah, you put BT2. And it tells you how many people requested. Now, there's something wrong with the government website, because every time I try it, it says 0 requests or 0 people have been able to get it. Well, yeah, because like the bloody website's not working. It's total bollocks. You know, I've got to wait till tomorrow, if I remember, to ring up the government website and ask them if I'm entitled to it or not. Now, I was able to get it last year and the year before. You get X amount given to you. It can be anything from like £50 to £150. Usually I get like 100, sometimes less, you know. I've had it like 3 times, been met with like 8 years. There have been times where, you know, I've not been entitled to it at all. Don't know why, you know, but I think you can only like apply once every couple of years or something. I don't know. But, you know, it's freezing cold. I've got 1 small blow heater, and last night that blow heater was on practically from, I say, most of the day, because it got so cold in here. I bought some thermal socks off eBay. Thermal, my ass. These are the ones, right? Don't even see. These are the ones I've got on. Green Army ones, yeah, apparently. Supposed to be thick and warm. I got them for the, well, I came, when was it? 2 days ago, yeah? Packet of 3. I put them on. I took my other socks off, put these on, and thought, these are going to be nice and toasty. Within half an hour, my feet were freezing cold. I thought, well, how the hell can they be thermal if my feet are freezing cold? You know, it don't even say, there's no label, nothing on there saying that these are thermal. I've looked, there's nothing on there. These are just like cheap imports, wholly from China. You know, if the army use these, then I pity the soldiers that use them, because these are not thermal, they're not waterproof, they're nothing. I don't even know if they're polyester or cotton or whatever. These, I can't even remember how much they were actually. Let me have a look on eBay how much they were. If I can remember my signing details. I think they were $3.99 for 3 pairs. $5.99. $5.99 for 3 pairs. Men's Army Military Combat Boot Hiking Padded Thermal Warm Thick Socks. That's what I say. And they're not warm, they're not thick, they're not padded. All right, nice. Do what you need to do. So yeah, like, these ain't thick, they're not padded. Hello, bottom meat of money, how's it going? No, they're not thick, they're not padded. Now, I had to put a second pair on because my feet were freezing cold the other day. And even with a second pair, my feet were still getting cold. You know, the only way I kept keeping my feet warm was turning the heating on, taking a pair of the socks off, so I've had one pair on, hoping that my feet would warm up, and then put the other pair back on. But then I had to warm the other pair up as well. And I left a comment on the what was my comment on there? I don't know. Neutral, hang on. I left them a neutral comment. Socks don't feel thermal, getting cold feet, even with put 2 pairs on. And that's my feedback. So no, you know, 3 pairs for £6, that's £2 a pair. Now I could go and buy fucking socks, sports socks from Lidl's or Poundland or somewhere. Maybe a lot more. Hello, Katerina, I think it is. How's it going? I could probably go and buy other socks, like the sports socks, probably warmer than these. Now my feet are cold now as it is. So I tend to put one of those pairs on, and then a normal pair on top. If my feet get very, very cold, and they are getting cold at the moment. You know, people might say, well, why don't you turn your heating up? I can't. I don't have heating in this house, or this flat. I had to turn off my gas for 2 reasons. One, it was gas. Right? I have asthma. I know it sounds weird, but every time I went in the kitchen, that gas flame in that boiler was kicking off my asthma. And 2, the cost of the gas was bloody expensive. You know, here, when you're running like, gas and electric here, you've got to pay for, your gas, what you use, and your electric, what you use. I also have to pay for the usage of the meters as well. So when I was doing my gas, if I put like £15 on my gas card, half of that went on the cost of the actual meter itself, and then the other half would be on the gas. So I'd only get £7.50 out of £15 per week on gas. And every time I use, the hot water to boil kettles, wash up, have a shower, bath, whatever, that'd gone within 3 days, 4 days maximum. I couldn't afford it. So I had to ask them to disconnect my gas. Every year they still come round and do like a gas check. By law, it's legal. And when they knock on the door, I say, look, I don't know why you keep wasting your time. I ain't got gas. It's been capped. Or how do you use, central heating? I don't have central heating. I'm trying to get my central heating converted from gas into electric. I need a specific letter from the doctor, which is going to cost me £75 apparently from the surgery. And I don't have £75 to get that letter. I had one letter once. I sent it to the housing association, and they went and lost it. And that cost me £50 to get that letter. Now it's £75. And people say, well, you know, if you're on unemployment or, you know, sick benefit or anything, you shouldn't have to pay for it. You tell the doctors that. Doctor wants money to sit there and type a letter out. £75. I'm not doing stories tonight, I'm afraid. I'm just having a normal chat. You can tell the others if you want on the side chat, you know, if they want to address it, but I'm not in no mood for like paranormal, to be honest with you. I'm just doing like one of my general little coffee chat things. But yeah, like I say, like I had my gas disconnected about 4 or 5 years ago. Well, how do you keep yourself clean? Well, I use kettles. I boil the water. I throw it in a bucket. I strip down washes. I'm not a dirty son of a bitch, you know. You know, where you can see all the dirt running off my hands and face, and you know, I still wash. I still keep myself clean. I do my laundry. You know, some people say, well, hang on a minute. When you're doing your laundry, hot water needs to flow through your washing machine. No, it don't. The electric inside your washing machine makes the water hot, I believe. I don't know anything about washing machines. I can tell you I've gone through 3 washing machines since I've been here, though. Well, 2. This is the 3rd one, which is a new one which my mum bought me. My other one packed up. But yeah, you know, I do my washing. I try to keep myself clean. Although the flat ain't all that clean, I still try to keep it clean. You know, I wash the floors and, you know, the sinks and stuff like that. My kitchen sink is the worst one. It keeps rusting up for some reason. I keep using like detergents and bleaches and scrub it every now and then, but it still keeps like coming up rusty kind of thing, you know, like I've even spoke to the housing association. They said, well, we can't do nothing about it at the moment, you know, funding situation, blah, blah, blah. Just keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully you'll find something that'll keep it clean for a bit longer. You know, and the thing is, I'm actually paying my housing association £7 a month for maintenance. I've been here about 6 or 7 years now. And I'm paying £7 per month. Let me calculate that. Let's say I've been here 7 years. See, it feels like 7 years. Calculator. 7.99 times 12 equals £95. Times that by 7. That's £671.16p I have paid in maintenance fee. At all that time, I had my bathroom light fixed twice, one power socket fixed, and that's it. I'm not asked for anything else. Nothing. No, I've told them about the shed outside where the wooden board fell down. And I went to shut it one day and nails went in my hand. Rusty nails, and I told them, like, you know, that can cause blood poisoning. If you don't get it fixed, I'm going to sue you. So they sent someone down, they done a fix on it, but again, another board's going off. The doors don't shut properly. And the reason why that is because, like, you know, the weather, you know, expands wood during night, you know, winter, summer, spring, or whatever, you know, autumn, you know, the wood kind of like evaporates and devaporates, and the door expands and disbands, and, like, you know, but I can't understand why the wood inside, you know, the planks are coming off unless someone's just going in and ripping them off on purpose. So I've not reported the 7th time. I'm just going to wait until I feel like doing it. So every time I ring them, it's costing me money. So I'm going to wait until there's like at least 3 things that needs to be reported. And then when you report it, it's not going to be guaranteed it's going to be fixed straight away. You know, there's a waiting queue. Like, oh, right, okay, well, we're trying to get someone down, you know, well, if I cut my hand again, you know, I'm going to sue you. Oh, well, let me get back to you, you know, as soon as you mention about suing them for damages, then they do something about it. But if it's not something like, you know, not really important, but it still needs doing, oh, okay, well, get someone down to sort that out for you. It'll probably take a week or two. No, my housing association's okay most of the times, but they have their own rules as well. You're not allowed to have stuff downstairs in the communal hallway. You know, like pushchairs, buggies, and stuff like that. You're not even allowed to have anything inside the cabinet where the meters are. Because if they come down and find any of your belongings down there, they remove them. They throw them in the bin or give them to charity or sell them or something, you know. Because you're not allowed to have it. No, the girl upstairs had like 3 pushchairs down there. And I went up there one day complaining because I couldn't get to my meter. And I was going to really, like, you know, put a complaint in about it if she did not remove them or fold them up. Now, she actually did fold them up. Not 2 days later, would you believe, there's a notice on the door from the housing association telling people to remove their property or otherwise it's going to be confiscated. Now, I thought that she is going to think that I reported her, but I didn't. So I went up and told her. So I didn't report you. She goes, no, they usually do this every year anyway. Just come around, make sure things are running okay. And if they see something down there, then they, you know, write a letter up and put it on your door or whatever. I was just letting you know I didn't report you. You know, if it continued, then yeah, I would have like threatened to report you. But I wouldn't just go around and report you, you know, behind your back. You know, I usually give people 2 or 3 chances. And if they don't do it, you know, on the 3rd time, then yeah, I will fucking report them. Now, you know, I'll get a lot of noise upstairs. A couple of times I've asked her to keep the noise down. But, you know, kids are going to be kids, you know. They're going to run around, bang about, you know, which you can't really help. You know, that's kids for you. But, you know, when you suffer with chronic headaches like I do, you just don't want that noise. And, you know, when you're hearing the kid run around all day long, you know, hours and hours constantly, it does drive you up the wall. And a few times I've banged on the wall and shouted that, why you stop fucking banging? I've got a fucking headache, you know. Like, you know, it's suddenly quieting down for about 10, 15 minutes, then it starts up again. But over the last couple of weeks, it's not been too bad. You know, Christmas at time. Sorry about that. You don't see me like grudging my ghoulies, do you? It's just that the way I'm sitting is kind of like pulling up the bloody boxer shorts right up into me clutch. I'll put the camera up a little bit more. So if it happens again, you might have to watch it. But apart from that, I've not been up to anything. I've been just sitting there playing some gaming. What is it called? Miss Survival. Been playing that, Miss Survival. Yeah, bottom made of money. I can see you with your tongue out. What are you up to? Yeah, I've been playing Miss Survival. I was going to have a game of Call of the Wild tonight and stream it on my other channel, but I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to be doing tonight. Hello, airy ass, monkey ass, ape ass, baboon ass, gorilla ass, whatever you want to call yourself. Oh. Oh dear, it's so fucking cold in here though. I just can't keep, you know, paying towards the electric, you know. I'm putting like 15 quid on electric each week. Because I'm running like, you know, me electric. Normally, you know, in the summertime, I'm only putting like 10 quid on each week, and that lasts me each week. Because of the cold, I'm putting 15, 20 pound on a week just to run the heater to keep myself warm. And I can't do it. You know, sometimes I'm sitting here for a couple of hours freezing me goodies off because it's too bloody cold in here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to stream on the other night on the other channel later or not. Actually, it's like I've got to think what to have for dinner as well. Like last night, I had meatballs in gravy with Mexican fried rice. So I wanted to go out and buy pizza. I think the local pizza place around there takes a credit card, but I was just too bloody cold to go out. I knew if I go out, I was going to get even more cold. So I looked in the cupboard and I had 2 tins of meatballs, two packets of like Mexican fried rice. So I thought I'll have a tin of meatballs and Mexican fried rice dinner, and that's what I had. Tonight, again, I was thinking about pizza, but it's just too cold to go out. So I got one of those tins of beans and sausages, and I might have that tonight with a Mexican fried rice. I don't know. Or I might just have like ham and cheese and crackers. You know, sometimes if I don't feel like cooking, well, I can't really cook, so I ain't got hardly anything in the cupboard. I ain't been out to catch. I ain't even been out to get any shopping yet. Just been too bloody cold to do anything. But I need to go out tomorrow, definitely. Might have to nip up at Streatham and get some bits and pieces. I need some more ibuprofen. I'm running out of ibuprofen. I've got about 4 boxes left. Normally, I have about 20 boxes indoors. So what I'm going to do is go up there, go in there, buy 3 boxes because you're only entitled 3 boxes at any one purchase. I'll go in there, buy them, come out, walk around for 5 minutes, and I'll go back in, do my main shopping, and then buy another 3. So that'd be 6 boxes I can bring back. But I need to go and get some more ibuprofen. I'm getting, crazy headaches every day. The other day I wasn't at all well. I really wasn't at all well the other day. My head felt like like a supernova was exploding inside it. I felt sick. I had an ulcer. I don't know how it happened. I was Googling it. I said, well, I know sometimes like when you eat, you kind of catch the side of inside your cheek, yeah. But this was near the gum, but not the actual tooth gum. It's just the opposite inside the cheek. And I was Googling it, and they said like a cold sore, like if you've got a cold sore, that can actually cause an inflamed ulcer inside your mouth. So I had that for a couple of days, and I was looking in the mirror and I saw like a little spot there, so I just got a razor and I fucking just like that. And I kind of squeezed any pus out. Hardly any pus was there. I got a toothpick and I stabbed inside, hoping that might get any pus out inside my mouth if there was like an ulcer in there. I know it's gross, but whatever I'd done worked because that ulcer suddenly went within the next day. But I had 3 days of like pain in the side of my mouth. 3 days. And that was causing like, the headaches. When I was talking on the stream or something, the mouth muscle was aching and giving me pain. It's making me feel sick. I didn't want to eat. So 3 days I was like kind of like ill. Also had like stomach ache as well for a couple of days as well. I don't think that was down to malformation. It could have been affecting most of my body, but I couldn't sleep some of the time because the pain in my goddamn gob in my mouth. But it went within 3 days, luckily. Normally they say a cold sore can take up to 3 weeks to actually go away. And I wasn't hoping like 3 weeks. I'll be honest with you, I prayed. I said, God, please take the pain away from me. Put your healing hand on my mouth and get the pain away. And within 3 days, it had gone. So, I don't really normally pray to God, I am religious, but not a religious, fanatic nut. I do prayers when I'm doing ghost hunting, for protection and stuff like that. Or I might pray, like, if things are going wrong and I'm asking, God for guidance and, hoping he can make things, look better and amend things and, help me out with things. But I don't pray on a constant daily thing, I'm not that kind of person. Sometimes I've not prayed for like months and months and months, kind of thing. But I do like doing my protection prayers. I've always got a Bible near me anyway, you can see. But, normally at night time, I just, say goodnight to the spirits, say, don't get the rules, good night. And that's it. But over the last few nights, I have actually prayed, would you believe, asking, for healing. And I'll be honest with you, it's helped. It's seriously helped. I don't know why. He's looking down on me and thinking, yeah, we'll help you out this time. Well, over the last 3 days, I've been having like problems with either my mouth or my tooth. My tooth was hurting the other day. Every time I bit onto something, the back molar, as they call it here, the back one is broken. It's completely like snapped in half. You can see the actual black of the actual the filling, right? And that's given me pain for a couple of days. And last night I said, look, please, God, if you are doing this, put your healing hand on my face and like take this pain away because it's given me so much grief. Last night it went away. So, if you believe in God and prayers, then good for you. If you don't, then that's down to you. But I'm not saying God has actually gone. I can't go to the dentist. I never go to the dentist. Last time I went to the dentist, right? Seriously, they looked at my teeth and they said, oh, perfect. We're only going to take one out because it's decaying. We're going to take one tooth out. So I wasn't really ready for that, but I went back on the next appointment and the bastards took 3 out. And I was so drugged up, I nearly fell down the stairs because their stairs were long and steep. I had no one there with me. My mum was working. Not my mum. My ex-wife was working. The kids were at school. I think I only had one kid, actually. I think I only had Jessica. She was at the nursery, I think. But yeah, 3 teeth they took out. And I said, never again. They said 1. They took 3 out. Why they took 3 out when it's only supposed to be 1, I don't know. And I have got some badly damaged teeth, like one here, there's broken, kind of like snapped there. I've still got a tooth there. The one over here, you can see there, that's broken. And there's still a bit of tooth there, but you can see like the filling there, down there, it's the same. I've got a broken tooth up there. Nah, I don't fucking try. The dentists are too expensive. Where am I going to get money for, having my teeth done? You see adverts nowadays, for dental charges, get false teeth is over $1,000. False teeth over $1,000. Oh, joysmile.com or something, whatever it is. Only £500 a month. Oh, yeah. Unless you're rich and you had a golden spoon, up your ass when you were born and you're bloody rich, then yeah, fair enough. But nah. I won't trust the dentist. I'd rather let them rot and fall out. And if I have to go through pain, I'll go through the pain. I know I don't like the pain. It drives me crazy, but ibuprofen helps some of the times, but not all the time. There is a tooth out there, up there. Oh no, it's not the tooth. No, it's the gum. The gum up there sometimes hurts a little bit. I need to go and buy a new toothbrush actually and some more toothpaste. I was going to try that Sensodyne or whatever it's called. That's supposed to be good. If you're an age, you don't pay, you do. I asked, I checked on them. When I rang up one of the dentists before, I said, look, I'm on unemployment. I went on Universal Credit at the time. This, talking about 2-3 years ago. I rang him up and I said, oh yeah, you still have to pay. You have to pay half. We get half on the government, but you have to pay half but you also had to pay a deposit up front as well. So I said, no, fuck that. Fuck that. I'd rather let my rotten fall out. Next, sometimes, like old Delboy, next year I'm going to be a millionaire. No, next year I'll probably be gumless and toothless and sucking on like soft food, like a baby, newborn baby, sucking on like crushed up Weetabix or something, Nah, I don't believe that. That bollocks, poison your stomach. Who tells you that crap? I know people like my mum. She's got dentures, yeah. I don't know how many teeth she's got left, but she ain't got that many. She's like 70, no, about 80, I think she is now. 78, 80. One of my uncles, I think, when he was alive, he hardly had any teeth. And he's like in his 70s, and he was still living. God, my feet are getting cold again. You're going to hear a whirling noise because I've got to put the heating on again. God, my feet are freaking cold again. I'm going to have to put another pair of socks on in a minute. My second pair of socks once my feet warm up. But yeah, I don't trust a dentist. Never again. So when I was having all those issues on here, and I ended up in hospital, when I was using the needle to take blood tests, I didn't even want that done. I said, no, let me go on. No, we need to take blood tests. Because there was a time when I had a blood test about 8-9 years ago, I think it was. I had to go for a blood test in the hospital. And I don't know how this nurse became a nurse because she couldn't even find a vein in my arm. And when she did find one, she stuck the needle in and missed the bloody vein. And she stuck the needle in a couple of times and I just passed out. I went out, she had to call like assistant and get me up off the floor. What happened? And she goes, I don't know. I was just trying to take blood and he passed out. And this other nurse goes, oh, let me deal with it, So this other nurse goes, what happened? I said, I don't know. She's trying to take blood out of me. She stuck the needle in me about 3 times, and that's probably what's done it, She goes, you're not scared of needles, are you? I said, I don't think so. She goes, are you scared of blood? I said, a little bit. Well, maybe that's what, knocked you out. No, but I'm not really scared of blood that much. I watch zombie, I know zombie films and stuff like that. It's just like, fake crap all the time, When you see like someone's throat being ripped apart and blood gushing out, it's all fakery. But, if I cut myself, I'm okay. But if it's a deep cut, if it's a real deep cut, then yeah, that can make me dizzy, probably pass that. It's like when I cut this finger here. I don't even see that scar there. It's right here. I'd done that when I was a young lad. I was working in a fish and chip shop part-time after I left school. I was probably about 17, 18 years old. And we were using this automatic potato cutter to make the chips. Well, one day it got caught and I forgot to turn the damn thing off, and I'm trying to stick my hand in the potato chipper and the chippers went, I just pulled it out and my fucking thumb. My thumb was hanging off. I went into the, nearly, it's really deep, cut down to the bone anyway, yeah. I ran across the road because I got the shop there. You got like the back entrance, like the back parking, then you got like the building where you got your potatoes, and like where I was doing the chopping of the chips and, making the batter for the fish and, and all that kind of crap. I ran across over and my Auntie May was working there and my mum was working there, but my mum wasn't there at the time. My Auntie May was. And I went, she goes, what are you running? What's the matter with you, Stephen? I went, I cut my finger. She goes, well, go wash it under the tap. And I turned the tap on and just the coldness hit my bloody hand. I went, boom, and just behind me there's like a paper towel rack thing. I smashed my head on that, knocked myself out. I'm on the floor. Behind me, he's hanging over me, going, "Stephen, wake up, Stephen!" I had to call the ambulance. Ambulance comes running round, and they sort of take me round the back so the customers wouldn't see me. They came through the shop, the restaurant, and they put me on, the trolley, took me out, stuck me in the ambulance, and like there's blood dripping on the floor. Because my mate said, people wanted to know what was happening. They saw blood, and a couple of people kind of like just got up and walked out. The manager, Margaret, I think her name was, Maggie. Like cow she was. I worked there for months and months, and some of the times I wasn't even paid. I could work there for 6 months. Well, no, let's say there was a time I worked there for 3 months and I never got paid a penny. Not even for my travel costs, nothing. And every time I kept going on about it, well, you're going to have to find someone else then. Well, then other people will take on your job. Well, yeah, are you going to pay them though? And like one time I had a right go at her, and she goes, well, we got cost as well, we got paid the staff, and you're only part time, we got to pay the full time staff, we got to pay for rent, all the fish and potatoes, all the deliveries, all the bills and everything. And the restaurant ain't taking on as much as it's supposed to be taking on. And they just didn't have the restaurant, they had a little chippy van near the Dartford railway station as well. She goes, we got to pay for the bills around there as well, and pay for the staff. I said, look, you're paying for the staff, where's my pay? And she came up with like 200 quid, I think it was, when she owed me like about 800. Oh, you'll get the rest, you'll get the rest. I walked out. I said, you fucking do your chips yourself. And they never got me extra pay, and I never got the money I was supposed to. But yeah, the time I cut my thumb, I ended up in the hospital and I had 4 stitches in it. Sorry for that, Andrew. No, let's say I wouldn't. I'm not going to. I do a little bit of research when I feel like doing it and seeing my local one. I'll tell you, if I go there, they're gonna say, right, everyone's coming out. Because I've got a few little gaps up there what needs filling up. This one they probably might have to cap or take out. So I don't know anything about the dentist now. I know that you can have surgery and have like teeth implanted. That's like 500 per tooth apparently. And I ain't gonna the government's not gonna give me like 10 grand to have my teeth done. So much it probably might cost. I'm sitting around this way and I ain't even getting the heating on my feet yet. But yeah, don't forget though, the stuff they come up with teeth nowadays, the better quality toothpaste and toothbrushes, dental care and all that bollocks. It's supposed to help. No, this one here, which is broken, sometimes gives me a little bit of not too much pain, but you can feel the pain gradually a little bit. The gum next to it. Oh, you got that one. You got that one now, which has got a gap in it. What I normally do, if I've got a gap in my tooth, I buy that plastic stuff on eBay, like dental care, dental repair kit thing. I use that. They don't last. It might make it look like you've repaired your tooth, but within like a week or a couple of weeks, it's fallen out. I've tried cement as well, proper dental cement. fill the gaps in. That's not all that good. That just decays eventually. No, within the next few years, I'll be losing another tooth or so, and I'll be gumming on my food. Well, I need to go, shopping tomorrow, and I will look out for another, you know. See, there's so many different types of toothbrushes out there as well. You just don't know what one you want. You don't want one which is really hard, because otherwise you're gonna dig into your gums and cause your gums to bleed, and they could get infected. I prefer soft brush ones. All right, catch you later. Thanks for popping on anyway. But yeah, apart from that, 3 days being ill. I still have little problems with my teeth. I say I'd never go to the dentist. I really wouldn't want to go, but if the crunch comes to the time comes to crunch, and I was able to afford it, then I probably would go. But I wouldn't be wanting. The thing is, when I went last time, before they took the 3 teeth out, I went practically every time, and that's what scares me now. When they took the 3 teeth out, and I fell down them bloody great big long steps. That's what scared me from going back. I don't want it happening again. If we ever did go, I've got to make sure the dentist on the lower floor, the ground floor, and I'll be able to afford it. And I don't want the injections that they usually do, because that bloody does hurt. I'd rather have gas, knocked out by gas. As long as they don't put too much gas in you and fucking murder me. But yeah, I request gas, or an instant sleeping pill that knocks you out for half an hour or so. I don't know if they do something like that, dentists, but I think they still do gas. I don't want the injections. No, I just don't like injections anymore. If you stick your head near that fan any further, you're going to burn your whiskers off. You know that, cat? No, it ain't time for your food. It's only 6 o'clock. I go get biscuits about an hour ago. But now, be quiet, I'm talking. Go up on your chair. Go on your chair. Lucky you got that one. I had to throw the other one out. The other one was a material kind of chair and the amount of hair on it. Now I used one of those cat remove the hair things. They still wouldn't move the hair. Wouldn't do it. So I had to throw the other one out. Disassembled it, threw it down in the recycling. Hopefully it does go recycling. No, mine that's probably in a landfill tip somewhere. But I do try to recycle stuff like bottles. When I was bushcrafting, I kept bottles like this, washed them out, took bottles of water up, or empty bottles, so I could fill the bottles up at the tap at the landowner's tap. And I bought plastic 10-litre bottles, empty ones that were folded and open up. Bought a couple of those. I can't wait until the summertime comes, then I can go back out and do some more bushcrafting. I did go out there a few weeks ago, just to get my tripod, and I was surprised it's all in one piece still. No one's been there. You can see the back wall from the actual main public footpath, which is because one's land backs onto a public woodlands, and there's a footpath that goes past one's land, and you can see the back wall of my cabin. Well, cabin, shelter, shack, whatever you want to call it. And I thought, I'm going to get there. It's going to be, torn down, burnt down, or broken into. But no, it's perfect still. All what I could find wrong with it was a little bit of water still coming through the ceiling. and a shitload of cobwebs. So I've got rid of all the cobwebs. I didn't do the top bit of the shelter, where the tarp was. I thought I'd just leave that and do that in the summer. I plan to still spend a night over there, maybe sometime when we got the longer, daylight time and shorter night times. That'd be like April, May time, I think it is. But yeah, I'm hoping to do that. I've got like, I know I've said it before. I've got to try to confront some of my fears. I have a few different fear factors. I don't like being beside a river that's deep. Like, when I go magnet fishing, when I was doing that with my mate, the River Thames can be deep, especially where, the barges, you go down there and you drop your magnet down. You're talking about 12, 15 feet deep, just on the edge. And, you've got to be careful along there. I don't like going across bridges, which has got water underneath them. I don't like that, but we had to do that. I had to go across, the bridge to meet up with my mate Alan. I nearly forgot his name because it's been a while since we've been out. So, hope to start getting out and doing some more magnet fishing when the warmer weather gets back. I'm not doing it in this cold weather. Actually, my gun is out in a little bit now talking about it. Getting my blood thing. Should have had one while I had my coffee. My coffee's gone now. I've got a little zip left. Need milk. Not been out getting milk today because it's bloody too cold out there again. It's still cold. This heater's packing up. If I move it, then it cuts off. I've got to have it sitting at a certain angle to make it work. I've looked on eBay for another heater, but you're talking about, 20, 30 quid for a decent one. And I want one which has got, heat and cold. So when it does get hot in here again, then I can turn it on cold blow. But everything's costing money. Money I ain't got. No, people say, well, you saved up for a new computer and you got that one working, use that money. I can't, because if my computer does go down, I'm screwed. My laptop's not working. The only thing I can fall back on is my phone, and my phone is like limited on data. And I've got a headache coming on as well. These headaches just come on like that when I want to. But my son was meant to be coming around this week, I think it was, with the mattress he bought me. Brand new mattress. One of those, what are they called? Memory foam ones. He hasn't walked that around yet. The only thing that turned up today, on a Sunday, would you believe, was my pillow I bought. And this is like memory foam. And I took it out within 5 minutes. I went out, made a cup of coffee, and I went and spilled coffee on the damn thing. You can't see the stain at the moment. Now that was £10. That, no, it's not too bad. It's not comfortable, but I think I can get used to it, and I can now kind of like bring the chair back and relax a bit more. I think I might be able to undo the little button knob thing at the bottom and make it go back a little bit more. I don't know. As long as I can like sit back, put my feet up on the table where my monitor is. That's all I wanted with that fucking chair. Every time I've done that, I'm flipping back and smacking my head on the table. So that's the death chair. That's the death chair that the cat's sitting on. Oh dear. Right, my feet are still a little bit chilly, but I can't keep that running because I know I ain't got a lot of money on the key. I only done the key this week, an electric key. That's got to be, these aren't going to really help. These are a little bit cold, but I'm going to have to suffer with it. I've got to do my electric tomorrow. That's going to be another £15 on top. I'm going to ring you up tomorrow. I say, look, I've been on your website. I filled out the form 4 times. I've not had no confirmation to find out if I'm entitled to the actual cold weather payment. If they say no, then I'm going to ring up the government and ask them about it. I say, look, I've been on your website and it keeps saying 0 in my area. Or how can anyone apply for it if you're not allowing them? You know, with this pandemic going on, no one's got anything. No one's got no money to bloody pay their bills and keep themselves warm, and you know that's what you're there for. I should be entitled to it, guarantee. But I just ain't getting no luck on that at the moment. And £15 each month, each week. You know, running the bloody heater every day, every night, just to keep one room warm. Some people say, well, put an extra layer of clothes on. I can't. I ain't got that many clothes. Never been able to afford buying clothes, like, you know, shoes. If someone gave me like 50 quid to go and buy a pair of trainers, I won't spend £50 on one pair of trainers. I'd spend £50 on 3 pairs of trainers, cheap trainers, which I normally do. Like, it's all right for someone who can go out and buy a pair of Reebok or Adidas or some other special brand name for like 100, 200 quid for one pair of shoes, or like 50 quid on a shirt, or you know, pair of pants, you know, underwear. No, you give me the money, I'll guarantee you I'll be buying the cheap shit. I think some of the cheap stuff works a lot better, you know, wear out a lot more less than, you know, expensive stuff does. It's like with, you know, electronics, you go and buy a TV for like £1,000, you know, like a 50-inch. You give me £1,000, I'll go and buy 2 for 50, you know, 500 quid each. Or I just buy the one and keep the rest of the money and buy other stuff I need. What do you mean, really? Seriously, I ain't got hardly any clothes. All my clothes got ripped when I was doing that bushcraft. You know, I was trying to climb over the barbed wire fence and my army pants got caught up, and from the crutch down to the knee ripped open. Lucky I had one of those emergency fishing tackle things with me in my first aid kit. I'd use that, and I always keep like sewing stuff with me when I do bushcrafting. I'd sew my trousers up, so otherwise I would have been on a bus with a great big tear down from my crutch down to the knee. So I was able to sew them up, but I still got them there. But you know, where I've either gained weight, you know, I had to buy clothes in the past, yeah, but if I lose weight, then they're going to be too big for me. You know, I don't really buy a lot of clothes because I can never afford to. Now, the only things I normally buy is underwear, socks, and trainers. And the last thing I bought was 2 pairs of trainers at 2 for £20, or it would have been like £12.99 each. But I bought 2 for £20. I bought these socks and some underwear. That's all I bought. No, my mum usually gets me stuff for Christmas, but because of, you know, the pandemic, we weren't able to meet up. So there's probably clothes that my mum's bought me. Like, she normally buys me socks and underwear and maybe the odd jumper or something. I remember Rose sent me a jumper. Oh, I still got it. It's like a fucking tent on me, man. Seriously, it's so big. I still got it. You know, and I have actually used it once, twice. I just threw it only, you know, thinking, well, it's it's so large, it you could get two of me in it, put it that way, yeah. And I'm not that skinny, I'm not that fat, but you could get two of me in it. And I used it as a blanket. I thought, yeah, fuck it, I'll just use it as a blanket kind of thing. This actually was sent to me from one of my viewers. These pants were sent to me by the same viewer. Told them I'll use them eventually. I've got another one of these. Got another couple of pairs of these pants, which I've been using. They're not really pants, they're like pajama pant things, you know. That's why you see me in them, because I don't really go out, you know. So I use these pajama pant things and, you know, the old blanket. Oh, fucking head hurts again. Too much laughing. But yeah, like, you know, the thing is, like, my way of living and surviving is very difficult, and where people turn around and call me a lazy ass, scumbag, benefit fraud, and all that kind of crap, you won't even know what it's like. You know, don't even go there. You don't know what it's like when you're living on your own and you can't afford to buy the stuff you need to buy. Now I've got to pay my bills. Now, as long as I pay my rent, my electricity, my TV, my internet, my mobile, food, clothing is the last thing I need. And I have to pay all that. No, you're not paying it, the government's paying it. Well, yeah, in one way, they are. But you got to realise the amount of jobs I've had in the past, the amount of tax that I've had to pay, national insurance contributions I've paid in the past. I've paid thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds in. So I'm entitled to that back. You know, it's like when you get old, you know, your pension, you're entitled to a certain income back, aren't you? Now, I don't think I'm going to get a pension. So I've not paid enough contribution in to become, you know, be entitled to a pension. Now, I don't even have insurance at the moment, life insurance, which I'm going to be looking at maybe sometime this year and getting. You know, so I do want to get insurance for, you know, if it does come to the crunch and I die, you know, all of a sudden, at least I'll have insurance to pay for my funeral. Can't expect the family to pay for it all. But, you know, people, you know, that picked on me, you know, I just hope that some of them people wasn't really affected in, you know, with this pandemic and losing their jobs. But let's say if you were, now you know how fucking hard it is to survive on what they do give you, the government. And it ain't a fucking lot, I tell you. It's not a lot. So, you know, some of you little shits out there causing all that shit towards me. Well, now, if you are unemployed, which I hope you ain't, but if you are, now you know what it's fucking like being on unemployment. If I could go out and get a job tomorrow, I'd be out. But I can't because mental health issues. Health issues. You know, if they had a wonder drug that cured mental health and, you know, all known diseases, and it kind of like cured you overnight or within a week, and it made you healthy, strong, and like, you know, then yeah, great. I'll be out looking for a job every fucking single day. And I have done that when I used to live in Dartford before I got married. I went out looking for a job every single day at the job centre if I was unemployed. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't unemployed hardly half my life. I was always working. And I can tell you the jobs I've worked at. I worked in Gateways, I worked in Dale's menswear shop, I worked in two different Gateways actually. I worked in the fish and chip shop several times, different times. I worked in Crayford injection moulding. I kind of like in and out of there a few times as well. I did security work. I was actually one of the security up at what's that big diamond place? Hatton Gardens. I had to go up there on the odd occasion to be a security guard up there in case they got robbed. Airports. I did airport security up there. I done hotel reception. I done administration work. I've been to college. I've done my NVQs 1 and 2, passed on those. So I've got certificates for those. Now in the cupboard as proof. I did have them on this wall at one time, but they started getting a bit kind of like dirty and grimy, so I took them down. What else have I done? Jade videos. Worked in a video retail shop. I used to work in a computer repair place as well. That was good, but I wasn't getting paid. It's more, I went in there and I said, look, I don't want payment, but it's any chance you can teach me how to build computers? And he said, yeah, but, I can't afford to pay you, but, every computer you build, will help us out because we are kind of like undermanned and we do need computers built. But if you needed anything, we'd give you a discount on, certain equipment. And I worked there for like 6 months. And they actually gave me a computer, not like a brand new one, but like one to get me, kind of up and running. So I didn't have a computer indoors at the time. So I worked in building computers. I don't build computers now. Fuck that. In the past I've built like several computers myself and blew 2 of them up. Cost me money to repair them as well. But yeah, I've done that. I also worked under telco communications. I tried. Telco is one of those companies like cold calling businesses where you go around knocking on doors and trying to get people to join their system. Where you get like X amount discounts on phone calls and mobile calls and all that kind of crap. Joined them. I was there for a couple of months, but that never worked out. Spent money on getting cars and, letterheads all made up, but it never worked out, so I lost money on that one. So I won't do nothing like that again. What else have I done? Done hotel security. One of the big places, apart from Hatton, when I was doing security, I think it was when I was in Burns security. I was in the big branch at the Woody Spoon Society at Bexleyheath. I was there nearly a year. So, I've done security, 2 different security firms, Burns and I can't remember the other one actually. Burns International and no, I can't remember the other one, but I've done 2 different security firms and they both ripped me off. I've done so much overtime, I never got paid for the overtime. And some of the times I didn't mind not getting paid for the overtime because I just wanted to be outside, at the house and doing something, and that was between the ages like 19 and 22 when I was doing security work. So I've done security for about well over 4 years. Gateways I've done about a year. Injection moulding, that's like factory work where you made stuff out of plastic. You made kids' toys, you made petrol caps, you made coat hangers and all this other kind of unusual different stuff out of plastic. Done that for on and off for 2 years as well. Hotel I done about 6 months, I think it was. I was on one of those, what are they called now? There's a thing where you go and you like, they either ring you or you ring up and find out if there's any work available. If if you didn't have a steady full-time job. I can't remember what it's called now. It's like one of those agency things, work agencies. I was on one of those for like a year. But every day I was able to get out and do a job. There's one factory I went to. I just bought the true story of it. I bought a brand new jacket, yeah. And I phoned up the agency and I said, "Oh, we got a job at this food factory." And the food factory was actually making saveloys. None of the saveloys you put in and the juices. I went and done that, and I went there a couple of days. Like the agency came and picked me up, took me up there. Then they had to come and pick me up. Sometimes, they didn't pick me up on time. It'd be an hour, 2 hours late, which I didn't mind. But there was one day I went up there, and I felt really ill. So I contacted the agency. I told them. I said, "Well, there's a car near you. We come and get you, and we'll take you around the hospital," which they did do. But I left my coat at the bloody factory, didn't I? Didn't think about picking it up. And when they picked me up at the hospital, bring me back home, I asked if he'd take me back. He said, "No, we're too busy." Never got my jacket back. Brand new jacket. I bet that stunk after a while because I left my sandwiches in there. Yeah, so brand new jacket with sandwiches stuck in a pocket. Now, the factory that was doing saveloys, you had like a long, kind of like stretchy, kind of like meat bladder or whatever it is, and you pull it through this pipe. Now you stick it through the pipe, the meat would go through, and it'd be just like a sausage. And every length, it kind of like twist it, and it'd do it like, say, like the length was like that. It'd make about 20 sausages or something, yeah, with the curves, so like they separate each sausage from each other. Then it snips it, then it puts it in boiling water to pre-cook it, yeah. Then once it's cooked, it goes into either a jar or a wrapping or whatever, yeah. Now, we was allowed to eat as much as we liked, and I was always diving into them, especially when they were cooked. We in there had like a little mini food fight, a couple of us throwing like, the waste at each other, seeing bits of like, saveloy being stuck on people's faces. Quite funny that. I remember that now. But yeah, I worked at agencies. I've done my NVQs 1 and 2 in technology, BTEC. So I do have certificates. I'm not that dunce. In the NVQ was for web building, web page building. And once I was doing that, I was doing web pages. I was doing websites for my local church, which was my ex-wife's pastor's church. And, I opened it up myself. I paid for it, the website, the cost of host and everything. They gave me the information to put on. The only thing I charged her for was ink for like printing up like pamphlets and stuff. The website I never got paid for. I've done that for myself. So I used to like do web design as well many years ago. I do still have a website up for me ghost hunting one, southwestcoast-uk.co.uk. And that's been running 8 years. So that one won't go down until I decide to stop it. But 8 years, 9 years, I don't really want to be, just thrown away with all the work that's been put on it. Just like this channel, I don't want to be closing the channel down for all the amount of work I put into it. Although there's like nothing really over the last couple of years with all the shit we went through. No, we're still going to get the haters, we're still going to get the trolls, but what can we do about it? So I didn't really want to talk about it, but I did pass on that information to the police the other night, and I did get an email. I'm not going to say what I'm going to be doing. if they can do something or not, but it looks promising, put it that way. So you don't fuck with me. You will get caught out. You'll definitely get caught out. Giving that people's personal information is not right. It's illegal. I'm not going to give you the consent of doing it. Because you could be putting my life in danger, which people have done in the past. Giving out people's, addresses. Any weirdo could be waiting outside my house tonight or tomorrow and the next day. You're putting people's lives in danger. And I hope you do get caught. And if you get caught, I'm hoping that you're going to get prosecuted. And I will sue you if my life gets threatened. With that other guy who done that video on me, posting that negative, incorrect, hateful, spiteful, disgusting stuff about me, and posting my address on there as well, and bringing my daughters into it. He's being prosecuted, don't you worry. Now, because the pandemic's put things back, it's taking longer. Still causes me stress and anxiety and depression over it. But I know when it's going to go through now. I can't wait. And I've got to go there. I've got to be there as a witness and a victim. And I'm going to be talking to the CPS about further things as well. I'm not going to say what. But I'm going to get to speak to them and get some kind of like advisory from them and see if it can be done or not. Even the court might even hopefully do what I want them to do anyway. Some people think I'm fucking lying about this shit. I ain't lying. Since nothing is done about it, and I'll be giving out all the details about this person. But I'm not going to do that because I'm pretty sure the court will deal with it properly. It doesn't matter if you've got a criminal offence or not. Giving that people's information can put you down. And I know this. You sitting there the other day saying, well, the police ain't going to do nothing. You'll be surprised what the police can do. You'll be surprised on what the law is doing right now. The law is changing daily. How do you think all these famous people get, picked on and bullied on? They don't just sit back and laugh at it, do they? Now the government is pulling their finger out their backside and making the law different, making things better for the people who are victims, like me, so we can have things done about it. You can sit there laughing behind a little keyboard, thinking you're going to get away with it. Oh, I'm under a VPN, you can't track me. I wish they can. Told you, they can track you different ways. VPN. Don't matter if it's fake IP or not, they can track your IP. Your YouTube account. Doesn't matter if it's your true IP, your true username on YouTube, if it's a fake one or not, they can get on that and they can track you back. It's a digital fingerprint you're running. It's like you going to a bank and fucking robbing like a safe. I'm going to be really protected. I'm going to wear rubber gloves and, put rubber gloves on my feet so there's no footprints, I'm going to wear the soles down. DNA. A loose hair could fall off your head. They could find that hair. You might not be in a database, but DNA. Someone might even turn around and grass you up. Hey, I know who broke into that safe. I know who gave you his address or posted his address. I get people come to me and say, I know who it is. You think you're secure behind there, right? You think you're safe by doing this shit. Well, some of your friends might not even be your friends. some of your friends might turn around and think, what you're doing is nasty. And we don't like you doing this. You're not listening to us. You shouldn't be doing that. Now, they can turn around and not even say nothing about it and just come to me and say, hey, I may not like you, but what you done was really bad the other day, giving out your address. I know who done it, and I'm going to give you that details. This is the person who done it. This is his phone number. This is his home address. Once I've got that, I'll just give it to the police and let them deal with it. And you turn around and say, oh, what's the police going to do? Nothing. Surprise on what they can do. Because giving out personal information is not right. It's against the law. Even third party, when you sign up for an online account on something, and they say third parties, you're giving them permission to give it to the third party, so they can contact you with special deals or something, But if you turn around and say no, you don't want your information given that to a third party, but they do, then they break the law, and they can be convicted for that as well. So, I think I talk shit. Do your research, buddy. Just do your fucking research. Because that's how I know things. And, I've got 3 police officers working on my case. They give me this information as well. Oh, yes, we can. This is how we can do it. This is how we will do it. And this is what we will do when we got that information. Now, I thought I wasn't going to be picked on and trolled and, haters come on and causing me problems after what they've been done. Well, I've kind of thought wrong, didn't I, in one way? Made a little bit of a mistake. Shit, kept my mouth shut. Oh, I haven't been picked on 6 months. That's great. But then the other night they come on, post my name and address and phone number. But the phone number I'm not worried about. You can see my phone number over the back most of the times. I don't use that phone number that much. I've got 2 phones. Don't believe me? Actually, I've got 3 phones. 1, 2, 3. That one is my one, which is on the wall, which I sometimes turn on, turn off. This one was the original one, my original contract, which is cancelled, but I've got a pay-as-you-go SIM on that one. That one I use still. Friends, families, sometimes. I use this one for friends and families as well. If I start getting trolls calling this number, I just text them back and say, call me on that number. And if I go out on a day out or something, bushcrafting or something, I don't take these 2 phones. I'll take that one. So I've got 3 phones. And you don't know the numbers of these ones. So I get people calling this one all the time and texting me and, just generally being a pain in the arse. I just keep that turned off. And when I do turn it on, if there's a message, I'll just text them back, say, call me on that number. Or call me on that number. And only about 5 people know these numbers. And that's family. None of you on even the internet know that numbers. Rose don't know it. Any of my friends on the internet don't know those numbers. The only one who knows those numbers is my family. And they don't really use that number. Unless it's if they can't get me on that one, then they try it on that one. That one, I've not given the number on that one yet. But if they can't get me on that one, they try on that one or my home phone number. And you can't get my home phone number because it's ex-directory. And I told the company when I signed up with the new contract, if I get any phone calls from that, any phone calls, which I'm not expecting, it's going to be hell to pay. So I told them the reason why I'm moving from one contract to another one. So you think I know fuck all? I don't. I know. I'll be honest with you, I don't know a lot of shit, but I do research shit. No, many, 30 years ago, I went to court. I was being convicted for communication, where, my ex-wife was using a phone number to make international calls, and I thought I was being charged for it, and I wasn't. And the company owned the phone number decided to prosecute. I went through that. It went all the way to the High Court. High Court, the biggest court in the UK, and I won the case. I changed the Communications Misuse Act law 4 fucking times in the UK. 4 times. Look under I can't remember what it's called now. You might not even see it now because it's like 20 odd years ago. But I changed the Communication Act 4 times. So they put a tab on my line without a warrant. When it went to court, hey, the police shouldn't have done that. They should have had a warrant, put a tab on my line. And that's why I changed the law 4 times, because now anyone who's committing a crime, very serious crimes, the police do need warrants for certain crimes nowadays. But there are times they don't need warrants and they can put a tap on your phone number without your consent. And I'm not lying to you. I've done video in the past. I've proven it. It might be a bit hard to find it now because it's like over 20 years ago, as I say. But my solicitor became mayor of his town, Epsom, because he got very well known. And he was the very first solicitor that won a case under that category in the High Court. Now, if he didn't win it, I would have probably done 6 months or minimum 6 months, which I didn't do. So I've done community service, and after we won the case, I said, well, can't I claim compensation for the money I had to pay the fine? And the community service said no, it wouldn't be worth it. Most was just like let that pass. But I've done community service for something I've not been convicted for. Yeah, I know, but just put that down to experience so that not to commit any crimes in the future. And community service isn't easy work. Sometimes it can be bloody hard and difficult. So I've done 160 hours of community service for nothing. I don't have a criminal record, and I never hope to have a criminal record. But what you're doing will cause you to have a criminal record. And just think, you got a criminal record, you go looking for work, if you're unemployment, and your employer says, well, have you got a criminal record? You've got to legally tell them the truth, saying, yeah. And they're going to say, well, what for? Cyberbullying. Are they going to really want someone who bullies other people in their business? I very much doubt it. And you can't hide it because the company actually does a background check on you anyway. So, you go looking for a job and say, oh, I don't have a criminal record. When you do, they check up on you. And jobs I have been to in the past, I said, well, I haven't got one, but I have been in trouble. But, it went to the High Court and I was able to go through it and da-da-da. What are you on about morning? It's evening here, 7 o'clock. Hello, through the foul. How's it going? Thanks for coming on. So, yeah, you can't hide the fact if you've got a criminal record or not if you go for an interview. So you turn around and say no, and you have, and you get the job, and they find out later that you've got a criminal record, you're going to be fired. And that's going to go on your records, your employment record. So next time you go to another employer and they want to know why you got fired for, You're going to say, oh, well, I lied on my CV saying I didn't have a criminal record. $11 a.m. Right, okay. Where are you, by the way, Val? What part of the world are you in? No, there's a lot of information up here which I know about, which you don't fucking know that I know about. Now, I know I do kind of have those days where I forget a lot of information. I can't even remember half my fucking livelihood, to be honest with you. But if you come on in and say, the police can't do this, the police can't do that, you'll be fucking wrong. Because I know a lot of what the police can do and what they can't do. I've had problems with people in the past which we now have amended our problems with, and we do talk to each other on the odd occasion. And I've had to have the police involved, and they say, well, can't do that, it's tit for tat, two people arguing, blah blah blah. But now, government rules are changing, certain laws, especially cyberbullying, trolling, attacks and stuff like that. Not for our benefit, it's more like, for the wealthy people and famous people. But they can't just turn around and say, oh, he's a nobody. It's like, it's got to be equal to everyone in it, really. Equal opportunity or whatever it is. Probably got that wrong, but, everyone's entitled to have the same law given to them. I don't go into this political bollocks, to be honest with you. I don't know how to listen to all this political. I don't even, every time I get a text message now, it's like Trump or Johnson or, that Scottish woman or whatever, doing this, that, and whatever. And, all the crap that's going on at the present time, with all these lockdowns and, 60,000 people have died within, a week? Bollocks. Fucking bollocks, man. All this shit is shit. Come on, think about it. I'm not going to go on about it, but think about it. How many people do you know that died from the COVID? And can they prove it's down to the COVID? Because of the situation, everyone has a different illness. Or someone might have several illnesses. One might have like cancer, lung disease, and, something else wrong with them, yeah? If they die with either cancer or lung disease or something else, they put it down to the COVID. Oh, purpose of dying, COVID. And that's what's putting a scare on people right now. Making it look like that people are dying from this pandemic, this virus, when they're dying from natural causes. That's what they're fucking doing. Guarantee it. Like I said, when this all started off, where's the names? Where's the addresses? Where's the towns? How many people have come forward and said, yeah, my uncle or my mum or my dad or my sister died from it, or my neighbour? Hardly any. You might get a few people, might get a few dozen, a few hundred, but if there's like 60,000 that died within a few days, really? These are just numbers they're making up to scare us. Now, it's them who's putting this country down, and all the other political governments putting their countries down by lying to you. And it's not just the government, it's the fucking media as well that's putting a scare on you. Because they get a number and then they double or triple the number. Because they want the ratings, they want the money. They need to give out false information to scare the shit out of you, to make you stay indoors. I don't go out much anyway, apart from going to do a little bit of shopping. No, when it first hit, I knew it was a load of bollocks. And I still think it's a load of bollocks. No, it's not as bad as I say it is. It's not like the fucking, when we had it in the Victorian times, the Black Death, that kind of shit. we're going to get viruses all the time. People are going to die from a cold, flu, or some kind of illness. It's part of life, part of living. And they're destroying our rights to go out. They're destroying our rights to meet our friends, our family, our loved ones. Oh, you can't go and have a Christmas celebration or a New Year's celebration because we think that you might have the COVID, and you're going to pass it on to your friends and family, and they're going to pass it on to other people. It's just like any other cold and flu. They're never going to find a vaccine for it. How many times have they said that they found a vaccine? Or they think they found a possible vaccine for it? How many people have said, oh, well, you use ibuprofen or paracetamol, that will help to deter the virus from you? Well, if that's going to help to deter the virus from you and it's going to stop you from getting it, why do they still need vaccines if ibuprofen or paracetamol or aspirin can help? They said that people like me, which have asthma and borderline diabetes, we're at risk. All right? We're at risk. But then a news article comes out from a PhD saying, hey, if you've got diabetes or even asthma, you won't be affected. Now, one story being said to another story, it's just a scare factor. And I can see why people are getting so pissed off and angry about it and going out and, when they're locking down all these shops and stuff like that, where we can't go and buy our provisions, that's where trouble starts up. That's where you're going to get the looting, the riots. And I said that even before it started last year. I said, you wait, there's going to be looting, there's going to be riots. And I was fucking dead right. And if they continue doing what they keep doing, locking us down, there's going to be more looting, there's going to be more riots. And there's going to be deaths. There's going to be more deaths. And that ain't going to be from the pandemic, it's going to be through the rioting and the looting. So when I get all this bollocks through my phone, I don't bother reading it anymore. Because that's what it is, just bollocks. Sorry to say, but it's just bollocks. No, I've got enough problems with my own fucking life than, listening to all this shit. What are they going to do? Come and arrest me because I called, saying that, the news media and the government's giving a load of bollocks. What are they going to do? Arrest me for saying they're giving you bollocks? No, I kind of who was it? I think it was on YouTube. I watched one video where, they put a stand and they marched against, I think it was in America, they'd done a march saying about their rights. And I think that, they are taking our rights away from us. The rights to go out, the rights to meet our family and friends, the rights to go and, get our provisions, the rights of being quiet, not mentioning stuff, freedom of speech. No, there was a video not long ago. Oh, you mentioned this or mentioned that, you can be arrested for it. Really? Well, you're not allowed to talk about certain things now. Otherwise, you're going to be arrested for it. Welcome to the freedom of speech. Freedom to roam around. I always use the Bible for protection. I've got prayers that I use for protection as well. I'll use the Lord's Prayer, Love of Light prayer. I've got several prayers. I've got them the computer somewhere, but I can't remember exactly where. But I normally do the Lord's Prayer and the Love of Light, and I've got some other ones to like keep dark entity, like negative entities, demons away and stuff like that. But I've not used them because I've not been doing the paranormal much lately. For certain reasons. But yeah, when this all blew up and they said that we can't go out anywhere, fuck, am I going to be locked up in my own house like a prison? I still went out. I wasn't hurting anyone. I was wearing a mask. I was wearing gloves. I went up to my bushcraft. I done what I wanted to do and I came home. I wasn't near anyone. No, I wasn't even near the landowner. He was like 1,000 meters away from me. He was doing his own job. I was just happily, cutting down wood or chopping trees. Well, I didn't even cut no trees. He cut them down for me. I was going around picking all the logs up and, down trees and sawing them up and making my own shelter up there. And I can't wait until when summer comes back, and then I can go back up there and spend more time up there. I hope to do some milk detecting up there as well, like I used to. Last time I went up there to get my tripod, but I kind of wedged a little present, like one of those radios that I've got, radio and a Christmas card. It needs a doorway, so I hope we found that. Good exercise chopping wood. Knackered me out, I tell you. I even had to buy one of those electric saws and charge the battery up. Went up there and trying to cut a particular branch down. It just would not have it. It wouldn't have it. Electric saw. I ended up using just a normal hand saw, which done the job. And all my equipment's still up there. Hammers, nails, saws, knives. My kettle's up there. My cups up there. Got a jar with plastic container with my coffee up there. The sachets. I've got bottles of water up there. Got a kettle up there. It's all up there for when I go back up. I'm probably going to have to take fresh coffee and sugar up there, actually. I've got a jar of sugar up there. But it was good. If you haven't watched my bushcraft channel, Steve's Outdoors Adventures, on here, on YouTube. I was actually thinking about buying a chainsaw, but I didn't need to because my landowner had one. He goes, look, I said to him one day, I said, how much that chainsaw? Because I was thinking about buying one. He goes, why buy one? I said, well, you gave me permission to cut down a couple of trees, didn't you? I said, that's what I'm going to need to do, is cut them down if I can't use my saw. It's like an electric one ain't going to work, is it? He goes, Steve, you tell me what trees you want, and I'll bring the chainsaw up and I'll cut them down for you. And that's what he done. There's a load of dead trees still standing, so we picked those ones, and that's the ones I was using. He said, how about that one? I said, no, that's still living. He goes, well, I'm going to cut them down sometime. I said, don't cut too much down. Why not? My shelter's just going to be in the open. Everyone can see it then. He goes, well, tell me what ones you want. I said, that one, that one, that one, that one. And he brought his chainsaw up. And next time I went up there, we went over and cut the trees down what I needed. But I was going to buy one, a petrol one, but I think it was about about 100 quid. I think it was on eBay. Like a small chainsaw, petrol operated. But I wasn't sure what kind of petrol I'd need. I would have had to ask my landowner because he uses them. But he would have still said, don't buy one. He would have told me still not to buy one because I would have only used it a couple of times. I'd rather give him the money for the petrol and for him to get the trees cut down. I've still got big fucking logs which need to be cut for, fire, which I can use my axe for or my handsaw. No, I don't need to buy one. Because I'd only use it a few times. And I don't want to be leaving it up there and getting it either nicked or rusted. And I've got no real space for, you know, sticking out here, because it'll probably end up outside on the balcony somewhere, and, you know, the rain, you know, the weather will deteriorate it. All I've got to do is ask him, and he'll bring his one up. I think he leaves his one up there anyway. I think he said he had 3, and he said, like, one of them, the chain's broken, so he's got to repair the chain. The other one was a small one, but it's good enough to cut the trees down that need to be cut down. So we cut down the trees. There was one which I wanted, but it's too big. I wanted to get like a chopping stump, you know, kind of thing. But the one I wanted was like a still living growing tree, and I didn't want it cut down. If it was a dead tree, I would have said, yeah. He goes, look, let me cut it down. I said, no. He goes, look, if you want the stump, I'll cut this one down. I said, no, let's have a look. And I was able to find a stump anyway, you know, not big one. It's only about that big, you know, that round, but it's good enough for what I needed, you know, to chop wood with. Because originally I was like getting the wood and holding it with a stick and chopping it with an axe, and sometimes, like, because the stick wasn't holding it down so hard, you know, the stick would flick up, or the piece would flying, you know, past your head. But after getting that stump, I was able to like make a little bit of a hole in it, so the wood would stand in there, lodge in there, and I could just go, and that was it. But yeah, I want to get back up there when it's more better weather-wise.
Good morning.
No, I can't even find my other chat line. It's actually called Steve's Adventures. Used to be Steve's Outdoors Adventures, but I call it Steve's Adventures now. It is manual to do that side anyway. But if you want to check out the channel, it's there. All about my bushcrafting. Also do that, you know, the things I used to do on there. It's a mixed kind of thing. I know the last like half dozen or so is just like me chatting about stuff, doing channel updates, but that's one of the channels. Actually, that's not the one for the bushcraft. It's Steve's Bushcraft, I think. Here it is, Steve's Bushcraft. So ignore that last one. That's the last one. The first one I just posted is me going out doing metal detecting, magnet fishing, nature walks, and stuff like that. This one is my actual bushcraft. I've got several channels actually. I've got this one, Haunted Experiences. I've got Paranormal Dolls, I think it's called, which I've not used for a long time. I've got my gaming channel, which is Steve's Gaming Channel, I think. Can't even remember it.
Yeah, and I picked up some.
Steve's Gaming Adventures. That's my gaming adventure one, just where I play game. I've been playing Miss Survival on that one quite a bit. I'm on day 110, I think, now. I played that for the last few weeks. Been kind of like not playing Call of the Wild, which I was going to do today, but because I'm on here, I'm not going to bother. I might do some Mist Adventures later on the gaming channel. But I've got those 3. I've got Paranormal Doll, Steve's Paranormal Dolls, I think it's called. I did have another channel, but I could never remember the bloody password for it. Couldn't get the password sent to me either. But that only had like 3 videos on. But if you go to some of those channels, you might find my other channels under the channel names. I'm not sure. Like one under the Steve's Bushcraft one. But the Steve's Bushcraft one is where, you know, I've only got 29 subscribers, but it shows you the kind of work that I've done building up the encampment. And I was actually doing that also under the, you know, when we was having a lockdown, the first lockdown. And people going, oh, I'm going to grass you, I'm going to grass you up. Oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. Well, the thing was, the local government did state that we could go out into the country and have like walk around and stuff like that without being, you know, just stopped by the local authorities. So that's what I was doing. But it shows, like, although it goes back on 9 months on my one, if I go on to the original, I think it should go back from day one on the Bushcraft one. But I'm only getting like 9 months from season 1, episode 17 for some reason. But it should go back from season 1, episode 1, all the way up to the one I did 5 months ago. No, a month ago, quick trip to the Bushcraft. Because season 2, the reason I'm doing it seasons, because it is like a season, isn't it, I suppose. Welcome back, Angela. God, my feet are freezing cold again. The reason I'm going to do that in seasons, because it is going through, like, you know, a yearly season in really in one way. When I got there again, I didn't put the last video under like a season, but when I go up there again, it's going to be like season 2, episode 1, and that's just me going, like, you know, going around making sure everything's like sorted out and doing a few other bits and pieces. I ain't fucking starting again. You have to go back on the video, girl. Fuck that. I'm not a recorder where I can just repeat myself all the time, girl. No bloody way. No, Joe wanted to know how many channels I've got. I just told him I've got several. Hello, Dave. How's it going? Long time no see. I'm not playing Phasmophobia because no one's playing with me, so I've been playing that Miss Survival. That's a good game, actually. I've got the next one. I was like today. I was considering about on Miss Survival going to the town and looting up the town. There are some seeds in there in one of the buildings which is occupied by the infected. Some corn seeds, and I was thinking about going to get corn seeds. But I don't know if I want to go on it tonight. I don't know yet. Now, just give me a minute. I'm going to go to the bathroom and put the kettle on, make another coffee. Back in a minute. Right, just bear with me. I'm waiting for the kettle to boil. I've just been out, put the fucking water in the cup. Realised the water hadn't boiled. I'll just wait a cup of fucking coffee now. Yeah, I play Hunt of the Wild quite a lot, but over the last couple of weeks I've not played it because I've been playing the Myst survival game. So I'm on like day 110, I think, now. So, no, not like in real time, 110 days. I haven't played 110 days. What it is, like in game, you can run through like 3 days, 4 days in one go because you're doing like different chores and different tasks and stuff. You know, if you're building like a fire, that can take like 20 minutes, but in real time, it's only like a minute. So fucking cold again, man. I think it was either snow last night or mist, and it was like I could see it on the screen on the CCTV out in the balcony. I think it might be a mist, but it looked like it really looked a bit like snow. Oh God. Yeah, like it's 7:30 now. I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner today. I might just have cheese and crackers maybe tonight. Cheese, ham and crackers. Can't be bothered to go out. It's too bloody cold to go out. I was supposed to cut my hair again and have a shave, but I've not done it because it's just too cold. It's keeping me warm, keeping my facial part of the body warm. It's just my feet that keep getting bloody cold all the time. Even with 2 pairs of socks on, you know. Fucking army thermal padded socks like crap. I should have left them negative feedback. But yeah, like I say, with the Bushcraft channel, that'd probably be like a season 2 when I got there. I'm going to possibly, maybe, well, I've never done it before, and I've spoken about it a couple of times, maybe might make a garden patch. But the thing is, you know, the ponies tend to go around there. Last time I went up there, the string was completely snapped to pieces, you know. So the ponies are just like going and, you know, like leaning over and lifting their head up, snapping it or chewing the actual string itself. So what I might try to do is like make a like little wooden fencing, kind of go around, see if I can do that. Hopefully that might keep the ponies out. I'm not going to be doing like a garden. I want to do a garden, but if I put it on the ground, the ponies are just going to come along and stamp all over it and, like, you know, eat what's growing. So what I'm going to do is probably get some like garden pots and actually do like a little garden up on the roof. And, you know, if we get rain, then they can be watered that way. But get myself a little watering can. I'll just use a bottle, put a few holes in the top, use it like that way, you know, recycling. And put the that's got to be, yeah, that's a cobweb. Sort of like something on my camera waving around, then like it looked like a white orb, but it's not. It's just a bit of cobweb. They do need cleaning, actually, those 2 cameras in the hallway. But I don't really want to disturb the spiders. Then come like chill out and keep themselves warm if they can. I don't know if spiders feel the cold or not, actually. No, they probably hibernate. But yeah, I'm going to like do a little garden, plant some like potatoes, maybe. Those I might have to plant in the ground, I don't know. And put like a little fence around it. Actual fencing and a top covering as well, maybe. Keep the ponies away from like the potato plants. Vegetables, I don't really eat vegetables, but if I do, I'll probably put some carrots and, maybe like lettuce, cabbage or something, see if I can grow those as well. And give them to everyone so they can take them home and cook them and eat them. So that's going to be in like, the next part, season 2. Going to be redoing the fire, not the actual fireplace itself, but keep all the wood. I'm going to try to rebuild that because like that's fallen apart kind of a little bit. So I need to like redo that, recover that with a tarp and stuff like that. Someone wanted to know how and where I go to the loo. Well, I just go behind the bushes. That's it. Jazz down, squat. That's it. No one sees you. There are, bushes there which are still got plenty covering on. Stand and take a whiz. What are you going to do? That's the nature way, isn't it, really? You can't go up there and, hey, Ron, can I run a pipe from your property and have a flushable toilet? Yeah, that's going to cost you thousands, mate, Yeah. No, I just do it, the way nature allows us to do it. But that's all I'm thinking about doing, maybe 2 seasons, and that'll be it. I don't want to be doing one where I'm going to destroy. If I ever thought about destroying it, there could be a video or 2 of me destroying the base, but I don't really want to be doing it because I want to, spend a few years up there. And if I don't decide to go up there anymore, I could say to one, let your kids come and play in it, your nieces and nephews, and because it's always locked up there. Last time I went up there, it's still locked up. No one had been, even the extra logs I put up to hide the padlock was still there. Although, that I did catch on the wildlife cam, 2 different lots of kids like trying to peek in and find out what's in there. And they weren't causing no problem. They weren't like trying to rip the door open or anything like that. I think they were, probably he's part of the family or something like that, And I don't think they were trespassers. They could have been, I don't know. I've still got the photos so I can show him and he can turn around and say, yeah, that's his like nephews or his grandkids or something. But if I'd say like, one day turn around and say, well, I won't be up anymore, Ron, I do thank you for, the time and letting me be up here, let me do the things I need to do. No, I think it's, time for me to come away from it and probably move on to another project or do something different. I'll give him the key to the padlock and say, let your nephews have a use of it, niece and nephews. Hello, Jamie. I couldn't take Jamie boy up there for one day when it's nice weather. Show him my bushcraft camp. Make him a cup of coffee up there. We can have a walk around the woods as well. That'd be fun. Go up there, introduce him to Ron. Hello, Ron. This is my mate, Jamie. We talk a lot on the old, well, not a lot, but we talk occasionally on the old internet. Before I bring her up here, show you my bushcraft in person. Won't be staying here long, just having a cup of coffee, and then we're going to make tracks and have a walk around the wooded area. Look at the birds and the bees and the honeysuckle trees and whatever. Where's that? It's near, I can't give you the exact location, but it's near South Colston, that area. It's near South Colston. So 463 from where I live. One bus, 5-minute walk. So if we was to meet up and I took you up there, I'd have to meet you at either Warrington train station or near Bivington tube station. I want to take you into the woods. Ooh. All right, watch it, Dave. I know you want to get me up there into that asylum, but that ain't gonna happen, is it? Got no fucking money to get up there. Half my equipment's knackered. You know, I was actually thinking the other day, Dave, of selling my other multi-box, which I made. But I don't know if I want to sell it now. Not that one, that's the wrong one. I don't even know what I've done with it. My multi-box. Not, yeah, that one. Thing is, I still need to bring the batteries out, but I don't know if I want to sell it or not now. No, that ain't the one, is it? Yeah, that is the one, because the other one's the crystal radio box, yeah. I was sitting there thinking, well, you know, I'm not doing no ghost hunting, I'm not doing this and not doing that, you know, what's the point in having stuff if you're not doing nothing with it? So I thought about, you know, selling it, but I don't know. I've still got work to do and I've got to bring the batteries out. You know, it all works perfectly still when the batteries are working. In the headphone socket on there still works. But I was just sorting out my side over there with the, you know, the electronics and stuff. I thought, is it worth me having all this stuff? You know, like, I'm not doing nothing with it, but there could be a time when things start happening and I might get out and do some stuff and meeting people and I could start taking a load more stuff out. Like, I still want to go down to Kent this year, you know, when the weather gets better. Cane Hill Hospital. Never heard of that one. Well, I know Dave wants to meet up there. There's a couple of cells in there. He said he's going to stick me in and lock me up overnight and listen to me scream of fright. That's the kind of paranormal we get from that location. You won't hear the spirits talking and screaming. You'll be hearing me screaming, "Help! Let me out, Dave! Let me out! I'm being attacked by a demonic spirit." Now, I was thinking the other night, right? Why are spirits demonic? What caused them to be demonic? Is it because like they were once human and they had a really shitty life, and that's what made them like they are nowadays? You know, horrible, nasty, negative spirits. You know, demonic's a demon in it. You know, it's not a physical human being. It's a devil. You know, one of these devils, like little minion soldiers. No, when we're doing a paranormal and we come across the spirit and they say, "Oh, that's a demonic spirit," how do they know it's just a real demonic spirit? You can't prove it's a real demonic spirit, can you? Because you might get, you know, a punch or a thump or a scratch or push or come violently ill. It doesn't mean it's a demonic spirit. It could be someone that once lived there or around that location, died unexpectedly, you know, murdered, or, you know, died a lonely life and just wasn't cared for and they were really pissed off because no one cares for them. Or, you know, you've invaded their home and you're renovating, not come to terms with spirit, and, you know, you're doing what you're doing and that spirit's really pissed off at what you're doing. You know, ripping down his house where he's lived or she's lived for like 20, 30, maybe 50 years. And they get really angry. So, you know, they do what they need to do. become nasty. Is that still there, Jamie, that hospital? Is it like, still there? Is it derelict? Is it empty? Or has it been pulled down? So it'd be interesting to find out. And if it is still there and it's like, empty and derelict, it'd be cool to go down there and just do some of that urban exploration kind of thing. And also like a little ghost box session or something, Dave, you're lucky that's still up there. A lot of properties that, old hospitals and asylums been pulled down, for developers. Parts of it in their houses. It's a shame. I bet they got some activity there. But yeah, how can you prove that these spirits are even, demons, demonic entities, when it could just be a pissed off spirit? No, I wouldn't want someone coming into my house and ripping it down without saying, if there's any spirits here, I do apologise, but I'm going to have to renovate this property to make it into what I want it to be. If you don't like it, I'm very sorry. You can have that bit of space there. We won't do anything with that bit of space. You can reside there. But, we need to do what we need to do. And if you don't like it, we'll have to forcibly remove you by doing like a house blessing or an exorcism on the house or something there. You're going to give us too much activity. That's how I would deal with it. But how many cases have you really known of real demonic, demonized kind of like hauntings? Very, very rare. Very rare. It was like someone sent me a message. When was it? It was on. I think it was on this channel the other day. Actually, have you ever contacted Zozo, or has Zozo contacted you? It's in one of the comments, and I said no, but I have had spirits come through on the ghost box. I just noticed something. Hold a minute, guys. I just noticed some comments on that fake Steve Morgan's, which I did not know about. Maybe I'll get onto that now. Hang on a minute. Your channel. Manage videos. Cool, that went a bit bright. Comments. Helpful review. So I can't see it in the comments section. I can't see it in helpful review. Which is strange. Let me just read those. Read them out. If I can fucking find them again. No, I can't see them. So back, did you send something through the post? And I said, yeah. Well, You ain't sent nothing to the post from me. Like sack of shit. So otherwise I'd have had it. I've reported it. I think they might have been comments which got deleted the other day. I'm not sure. I can't find them anyway. I'm not going to worry about them. Oh, well, your ones, I know a lot of them ain't owned by local trusts. I know with the old mental asylum that I used to live near, the old Bexley one, they did pull that down and they made a housing estate on there. My niece Laura actually lived in one of the houses there, and she seriously, honestly reported that she was getting some real weird vibes on their place, and things were going on, and was scaring us. She moved out as quick as she moved in. But there's supposed to be a couple of parts, like the main front part of the building is still there. As you came into, when you come into like any hospital, you've got the main frontal main part of the building, that's still there apparently. They tore down the clock tower, what used to be there. They still got the fields at back, which are kind of like joined to the hospital. One of them is a football field. I think they made one into like a park or something, like a little park. And then you got two other fields which, have just been completely overgrown. So there's still fields along, like Tarkill Lane area. So I still want to get down there and do another couple of sessions down there if I can. I'm planning to go down to my sister this year, if we can get down there and spend a weekend down there. I don't know if Aaron would do any investigations with us, but he might do, he might not do. But Warren will do. He said he'd take me up to Jordan's Wood, because I want to go to a different part where they had some like wooden models of a Spitfire, and it was a model of a Saxon, I think it was, Saxon soldier, that got beheaded. Someone chopped off the head for that one. I don't know if they actually made a new head or if they took the models away, but those like real big carved out models. So I don't know if they removed them or not, but I wanted to go there on the first night. The second night I was hoping to go back to the location where we got those apparitions on the first time we went down there.